If we look at the anthropogenic carbon that's emitted to the atmosphere, we can rather split it up in three different sinks, basically. So where it ends up, around half of it is in the atmosphere, a quarter in the land, and another quarter is taken up by the ocean. Here, the most up-to-date numbers from the Global Carbon Budget project, which you can see here. So the ocean is an important sink, but we don't really know how important it is as a sink, because the uncertainties that are related to that anthropogenic CO2 sink are huge, actually. So if you look at the numbers, we often only see the 9.2 gigatons of CO2 per year, or the 23%, but the uncertainties are around 25%, so it's 9.2 plus minus 2.1, or 19 to 27% if you want. And what we tried now in this project and in this study is to reduce these uncertainties. But to do so, we first looked where most of these uncertainties of the ocean CO2 uptake lie. And if we look here on this plot, so what you see here is the cumulative CO2 uptake until 2005. In CMIP models as the colored line, CMIP5 models, the dark blue line is the CMIP5 ensemble and the black line is the observations. And the way it's shown here is that the cumulative uptake is integrated from south to north. So it's cumulative over the different latitudes. And you can see, for example, if you take this point, this is at 30 degrees south. That means that south of this line, you already have an uptake of around 40 petagrams to 50, which makes up around 40 to 50% of the total. So we already see that the Southern Ocean, that this part where the lines are very steep, is important for the uptake because it takes up a lot. And we also see that this range that we have at the end between the different models, it mainly stems from the southern part here. So here the lines are close to each other, then it opens up, and then they continue fairly parallel. There's still some uncertainty, some important uncertainty here, but a big difference in the models already comes from the Southern Ocean. We're trying to look at the problem. So why do we have these uncertainties then the Southern Ocean? And if you just look at a schematic picture of the Southern Ocean circulation, you already see that it's kind of complicated. The freshwater cycle in the Southern Ocean is really important for the correct circulation and the anthropogenic carbon uptake in the Southern Ocean. We found that the dominating or the most important parameter for the anthropogenic carbon uptake is the sea surface salinity in the subtropical polar frontal zone. And that helps us to reduce uncertainties by around 50%.